Good evening and welcome to Weatherfans Live here on Sunday, the 8th of March 26. I hope you are all doing well. So what we're getting through tonight's agenda, we're going to have a look at the March, no we're not, because it's March now. We're going to have a look at the February stats and the winter stats for 25-26. We're going to take a normal look at the weather for this coming week, and we'll go over to America to have a look at the Storm Prediction Center and also the rephrase that. We're going to talk about the Wednesday Live as well and how you can do your predictions because you've got till 9 o'clock, but we'll go through that very shortly. So I'm just going to put my head into the comments. Right, done that. Let's move on. Now, let's have a look who we got this evening. So the first person in this evening is Laura. Good evening, Morgan, everyone. Good evening to you. Sorry, Stormy's on the prowl at the moment. She's going to run off into the kitchen. We'll try and get her on shortly. Next person in is Anne Smith. Good evening to you. Hope you are well. That annoying top chat default seems to have disappeared. Oh, I don't know anything about that, to be honest. Good evening to our mod, Paul James. Make sure you're on your best behaviour, otherwise I'll get the hammer down on you all. But I know you well behaved in here anyway. So it'll be an easy day for Paul James. Famous last words. Good evening to Frog Legs Matthew. It's Sunday again. It all seems like a week ago. Yeah, it soon flies by, doesn't it? Back to normality. Back to the usual Monday shenanigans of work and all that. Having for the weekend again. Good evening to Trust Zone Dog Training. Good evening to you. Hope you're well. The top chat hasn't disappeared. I scrolled down so I can see it. Oh. Good evening to Audio Coffee. Hope you're well. And also we've got other mod as well, James. Good evening to you. Hope you are doing well. Me behave. I'm saying nothing. Hate Mondays. And Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. Friday's okay because it's coming up towards the weekend. I like Mondays if I'm not working. I would say I'm going to have a glorious week now that the US have moved their clocks forward. How could that make so much a difference? I don't know why they do theirs 2 weeks earlier than us for, but that's Americans for you, isn't it, really? Apologies if you're American watching this. I mean that in a nice, kind-hearted way. Just feel sorry for who's running your country at the minute. But we won't go into politics right now. That's a new name. Good evening to Vinland 2000. Good evening to you. Unless you're an old name, but changed it. I hope you're well. Excuse me. All right, at the bottom of the chat. Let's have a look at those stats from February. Yeah, where are we? So I've got the February stats for 2026. Let's get me off the screen, enlarging that. So the February mean temperature chart's looking like this. For the 91 to 20 anomaly, we are looking warmer than average across the board. We're looking average for northern Scotland, northeast Scotland as well. For rest of Scotland, Northern Ireland, much of Northern England into North Wales. We are about a degree above average. Parts of North East England, from like Lincolnshire southwards through the rest of Wales, the Midlands, into east parts of East Anglia down to the Devon and Cornwall, we're looking at around about 2 degrees above average. And for parts of southern England into the home counties through into Dorset, we're about 3 degrees above the 91 to 20 anomaly. If I click to the 61 to 90 anomaly, it's looking a lot warmer than that. All right, let's have a look at the rainfall. So February overall, again, it's been drier than average towards the northwest of the UK, up towards Scotland. And it's looking average for parts of western areas, but it has been much wetter than average. We're about over 200% of the average rainfall for parts of northeast Scotland, through into northeast England, through much of the Midlands, and down to parts of southern England. That's just moved up slightly, especially towards southern counties and also southeast of Northern Ireland. Through where I'm in the middle of the Midlands here in town of Staffordshire, which is probably somewhere around about here. I know we had about 132 millimeters of rain through February, which makes it the third month out of 4 where we've gone over 100 millimeters. And they're surprised the ground's that saturated. I think I've got freaking lilies growing in the garden. It's that wet out there still. Just need a bit of dry spell just to dry the ground out a little bit. So we've got up for the 61 to 90 anomaly. That's still looking much wetter than average for that. But at the moment, we're looking at the current climatological stats. Looking at the sunshine for the 91 to 20 anomaly, it's looking sunnier than average for the far northwest of Scotland to the edge of Hebrides. And elsewhere, it's been much duller than average, especially for northern England, much of Wales away from central southern Wales. Some areas about 30 to 50% of their February average. And it's just around about average towards, well, close to average towards the south here. But elsewhere, we've had a very dull February. And let's have a look at the light strikes for February. Obviously, there's not going to be too many around. It's just a few scattered around, especially western areas. And these will probably associations with perhaps a shower towards the southeast there. Obviously, we should start to see a tick up in these lightning strikes during the spring. But saying that, last year with how dry it was, that was very limited, wasn't it? Let's have a look at winter as a whole. That should take us to the mean temperatures. Winter 26, yep. So for this past winter, mean temperature-wise, it's been warmer than average. So it's looking around about average for much of central northern Scotland there. And for the rest of Scotland, most of Northern Ireland, much of Northern England to Wales, down towards the southwest, about a degree above average. For central southern areas, we've been about 2 degrees above average. Sorry, about half a degree above average. For the areas I've just mentioned there, we're looking around about a degree to about a degree and a half above average. And there's a small little area around towards, I think that's Sussex. Has been about a degree to 2 degrees above average. The rainfall for winter 26, This is probably no surprise for some people. For much of Scotland, away from eastern Scotland, it has been much drier than average. Some parts of Scotland here have had less than 30% of the winter rainfall. Towards the eastern side of Scotland, they've had over 170% of their winter rainfall, for such a big contrast in a short space across northern Scotland there. And some patchy dryness there, shall we say, for parts of northwest England and parts of North Wales as well. But as you can see, we've got these dark blues, which is for 170% of the rainfall through much of the Midlands into Lincolnshire way. And again, southern counties have experienced a very, very wet winter. Some counties have actually had their top 3 wettest winters on record. Looking at the sunshine amounts for winter 2026. Well, not what I was expecting, but it's been sunnier than average for winter down towards the southern counties of England there. But for northeast Scotland, well, I think had like about 21 consecutive days roughly without seeing any sunshine through January. Parts of northern England there have had less than 65% of their winter average sunshine. And it's been quite really a dull winter overall for 2026. And did I have that under 21 to 90 anomaly before? Let's have a look. I don't know if I did or not, but yeah, still same. So let me get back into the studio. Let's go back into the chat. So yeah, no surprise really, winter was wet and average for many areas away from northwestern Scotland there. But kind of shows how wet it's been and how dull it's been for most of the UK. All right, let's have a look at see how far we've got in the chats. Anne Smith saying it in one there for February stats: hot, wet, and dark. Good evening to Steffi. Oh, what's happened there? There we go. Hope you're well. All the live streams I follow at the weekend are going to class for 3 weeks. Oh, is that because some of them are American? Matthew's got a clock for America. He needs to change it. Yeah. Laura saying February stats. Yuck. Wasn't the best, was it? You're joking, Audio. I'm not liking this mild weather. The neighbours are starting their barbecues already. So it'll be about, what, 15, 16 degrees? There's definitely an uptick of birds singing their pre-corn chorus. So I definitely noticed it's getting much lighter in the morning now and much lighter in the evening. What, we now 3 weeks now till the clocks go forward? Still going down your comments there. Matthew's saying no more snow this winter. Let's have a look at the chart. I've actually heard today could be some signs of it turning cooler towards the weekend. We should take a look. Well, have a look next, actually. So I've got down to your bottom of your chat. So let's take a look at the charts for this coming week. I'm doing this blind, which means I've not seen the charts. Let's bring up the screen share. Where am I looking? There we go. Helps if I get the right tab up, wouldn't it? So that's the full screen there. So these are the Fox. Oh my God. These are the Met Office Facts charts, not the Fox charts. They must have come out at night. So we've got high pressure out towards the east, low pressure out towards the Atlantic. We've got this slack southerly flow. We've got this weather front out towards the west. We're bringing in lots of cloud at the moment. Going through till tomorrow. We're still maintaining this slack southerly flow. We've got weather front out towards the west. We should expect to see more of this cloud to break up during the day. So if you've got any sunshine, it's going to feel quite pleasant. Pleasant and locally warmish, shall we say. At least mild. Still got the weather front out towards the Atlantic. And some of these weather fronts are just dying a death there. Could introduce more cloud, but some patches of rain here and there. It's more nuisance value. We've got more weather fronts moving in through into Wednesday. How much of that's got rain on? Not sure at this stage. And once that clears through, we're under a ridge of high pressure. Still got a low pressure up towards Iceland, now towards the Atlantic. Going into Thursday, we've got signs of more weather fronts coming across the country in from the west. So it's turned fairly quiet start of the week. Looks like it could turn increasingly windy towards the back end of this week. Let's have a look at the UKV rainfall. For a second, I thought I was doing it in the dark then. There could be Fox charts, but man, it generates some confusion, says Trust Zone Dog Training. So, this is the rainfall precipitation. So right through for the rest of this evening. So patchy rain out towards the west. Could be some inland as well through the day tomorrow. It's got a rogue shower coming up through central areas there. I'll take that with a pinch of salt personally. So there could be some breaks in the cloud. There's just one or two isolated showers there for parts of England and Wales through the day tomorrow. As we're going to Tuesday, looks like some patches of light rain maybe for western areas through the day. And coming into Wednesday, coming into late Tuesday into Wednesday, we've got this weather front. As far as I go, actually, let's have a look at the previous run to run that a bit further. Go down a bit further. So again, the previous run suggests could be a few light showers, isolated showers around through tomorrow. Perhaps a few more towards Wales there. I won't rule out the odd heavier burst and that. Going into Tuesday again. That's just some light or patchy rain for many areas on Tuesday. As Tuesday afternoon, we get this weather from start to move in. That's very helpful, isn't it? I could see a spell of rain coming through into Wednesday. That clears through by the morning. Some showers left behind, not too many towards England, Wales. Then coming to Thursday, the spell of rain coming into northern areas. That's like a swing of perhaps a squally weather front through. Actually, going to Friday with these gusty winds, something we need to keep an eye on. That moves through into Friday morning with some showers behind. So that's something to keep an eye on there through into Thursday into Friday. So beyond that weather front will be much cooler, fresher air. And your GFS, excuse me a second. So look at the latest GFS. I lose my voice there. So again, this is showing high pressure out towards Europe, low pressure out towards Iceland. We've got those weak weather fronts, just give more rain, more clouds, sorry, perhaps some patchy rain to start off with. Then we've got low pressure moving towards the northwest, sending more weather fronts through. We've got high pressure out towards the Azores, out towards Europe. That's not stopping this strong southwesterly flow, giving us these gusty conditions with some prolonged rain or showers. Going into the weekend, now air of low pressure established itself towards north of the UK. We're still in that strong westerly airflow. And into next week, it's still got low pressure towards the north. The Azores high still out towards the Azores. And we're still rain. This is showing quite unsettled, unsettled look into next week in today's 10, 11, 12. So low pressure towards the north. Then maybe starting the back end of the chart there for Tuesday 24th, that high pressure is trying to build itself in, but it's looking quite unsettled with this run. Not seeing too much dry weather. So I've got the previous run, see if that is in agreement. So again, that's shown plenty of strong winds through to the back end of this week. Rain or showers coming through. There's a bit of a ridge there for Saturday, so we're mostly dry mainly towards southern areas. More spells of wind and rain. The start of next week, as low pressure keeps in charge. Coming into, well, we're now days 10 and 11. Bit of a ridge coming up there for Friday the 20th. This high pressure, this is tries to get the high pressure building up from the southwest. Maybe further, much wetter towards north, dry towards the south. So with that run, high pressure is never too far away from the south there, so it could be wetter, the classic split, wet northwest, dry towards the south. But let's have a look at the latest run. So look at these wind gusts, because it looks like it could be turning breezier as the week goes on. So looking light winds through the first part of this week. We've got the weather front coming through Tuesday night into Wednesday. Could be seen widely 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts. Stronger towards through the Irish Sea. Northern Scotland could see wind gusts of maybe 50 mile per hour. Winds turn lighter for a time before a second look. Wet and windy spell comes through to Thursday. That could be a score. Could be perhaps a score there coming through on Thursday, with that weather front coming through. So some parts of the Irish Sea up to where Gordon lives on the Fylde coast, they could see wind gusts maybe 70 mile per hour possible. Maybe something to keep an eye on, but looks like it could be quite a wet and windy night Thursday into Friday. Just go up towards the weekend. Winds too much lighter, then and then also weather front comes through, bringing a spell of wet and windy weather. And again, for Northern Scotland, it's the start of the following week. Let's look at these temperatures. So we're into the time of year now where the sun's getting much stronger, but only roughly about 12 days away from the equinox. So the sun will be crossing the equator, stronger in the sky. So any sunshine, temperature could get to about 15, 16, maybe 17 degrees. It's just the importance now this time of year of any prolonged sunshine. It's going to feel quite pleasant out there. If you're trapped under the cloud, talking low double digits. There's temperatures for Wednesday, back down to around about average 10 to 11. Towards much in the get my teeth in much of the country, looking about single digits for western areas up in Scotland as well. Thursday again, we're looking about 1 to 5 in Scotland, around about 8 to 12 degrees elsewhere. And through into Friday, we've got that cold front sinking southeastwards, potential score line there, and across the board temperatures will be up to about 8 degrees maximum, looking around about low to mid single digits across northern areas. Get through to next weekend, again temperatures widely from about 5 to 10, 11 degrees, and finally next Sunday, well, some parts of Scotland there maybe showing a bit of snow actually. Temperatures right below freezing and up to 10 down towards the southeast. Let's have a look at this snow risk actually. I think the snow risk was mainly for northern areas or northern hills. Now we've got the snow depth. Not looked at this for a while. Get through to next Sunday. So it's remaining mild, so nothing's expected, but it's when we get into the latter part of this week. Showing a few hints there for Western Scotland there. There's that cold front coming through. It's Thursday into Friday. So there's signs there for parts of central Scotland, central Western Scotland there. See some snow accumulating. So yeah, it's like Sunday night into Monday, perhaps snow showers or a band of rain turned to snow. Be possible up to 20 centimeters is possible there for parts of Scotland. There's a tiny hint there for the tops of the Pennines in far north of England, but that's a bit too far. to really say at this stage. Right, let's pop that back into the studio. So let's see where we got up to. So we've had some crazy snow here in late April. I think the weather said, "Oh, you're snow deprived." Oh, go on then. Going to go cold on Monday just when I have electricians in who will be turning off my electricity, so no heating. Just make sure you get plenty of blankets to wrap yourself up warm. James is saying some snow for Thursday and Friday is possible. Wow, good point there, Steffi. The misty weather could be attributed to Saharan dust. You did have it worse down there. Yes, we have some Saharan dust over the last few days, both with the rain we've had recently, or some patchy rain. Should have mainly washed it out of the sky. Just give me a second, I need to take a drink. My voice is going a bit. Awesome logo intro, by the way. Thank you very much. That's our new intro for the season. I like to keep it refreshed, update it every year. Good evening to Matthew. Send it weather. I hope you're doing well, my friends. I think I read something not been feeling too well recently. Hope you feel a lot better now. Not a problem, my friend, not a problem. If you're available Wednesday, we'll be live Wednesday with the whole team. But I'll come up to that a bit later on. Well, you can actually see it going across the bottom of the banner, actually. What was I going to go to next? So let's have a look at the weekly anomaly chart. You can see me tagging the why I shouldn't drink fizzy pop during the live. Excuse me. It's gone all quiet. I think Stormy must have fell asleep in the kitchen somewhere. Oh yeah, a bit better. Still getting headaches and sickness, but yeah, much better, mate. Oh, sorry to hear about that. Is it a migraine or is it some kind of bug you've got? So let's bring up the ECMWF weekly anomaly charts that we tend to look at every week. I can't wait for the alleged storm season to kick off. Well, it's definitely kicked off over America, actually. We'll come to that in just a few moments. What am I coming into? Yes. The ECMWF weekly anomaly charts. Now, people keep telling me I may have had the norovirus, but I'm not convinced. Lots of bugs around. That's very true. That's very true indeed. Net weather. There's a thunderstorm one on net weather for the southeast for tomorrow. That could be triggered by that bit of warmth we've got tomorrow. Not holding my breath, to be honest. Not holding my breath. If there is, it's going to be very isolated. Right, let's have a look at these charts from the ECMWF. Let me see if they've updated, because I sent to update when I'm live. No, not been updated yet. So these were done yesterday. So look for this week, so Monday 9th through to the 16th of March. Low pressure towards the north, high pressure out towards Europe and the Azores. And we are in more of a bit of a westerly flow, really. West to southwesterly flow. And through next week, 16th of March through to 23rd. We're virtually looking the same. We've got low pressure, towards the Meds. We've still got that high pressure. That's a bit further east on this week. Still got low pressure up towards Iceland. We're still more of a westerly flow, actually, going through into next week. The 23rd of March through to the 30th of March, we've got that high pressure up towards Scandi. We've got these extension of the Azores high there. So we could be looking more of maybe a bit of a south, a bit of no man's land, actually, because we could be influenced by the bit of easterly there. We could be influenced by the westerly. We could be in a bit of a col, actually, looking at that in between. High pressure up towards northwest and southeast. Low pressure towards northwest and southeast. High pressure towards northeast and southwest. Heading into the start of April, 30th of March through to 6th of April, we've got high pressure up towards north. That'll put us into a northeasterly with that flow, if that was to come off. And the 6th of April through to the 13th of April, we've got low pressure towards the southeast. That will bring us in still a northeasterly there for the second week of April, and through towards the mid-April. There's no clear signal across the UK. Of these current runs, let's not do that. Let's try again. So I've got the precipitation. That's updated, hasn't it? I wonder if it comes down at 22 then on a Sunday. So let's scrap that. Let's go through this again because it's updated. Let's refresh that. So 9th of March through to 16th of March. Still has that high pressure, the low pressure up towards the north. It's virtually the same again. The 16th of March through to 23rd of March, this time has low pressure from Iceland joined up with the low pressure down towards the Med. So in this flow, in a bit of a northwesterly flow. Still got the high Azores high getting stronger. Still got that high pressure out towards Western Russia. Then 23rd to the 30th of March, we have got high pressure up towards Western Russia, northeast Scandi. Still got low pressure up towards Iceland and Greenland. In this, we're still in that bit of no man's land, really. So could be either way. This is also shown for the start of April, high pressure up towards north. We've got this perhaps northeasterly developing there through the start of April. The 6th of April through to the 13th, potentially could be in a northerly, northeasterly. And the 13th of April through to the 20th of April, we've got low pressure. What's this doing? Oh, don't know what it's done that for. We've got low pressure up towards North England, So that's going to bring more of a perhaps westerly flow with that. Let's try again. Let's have a look at these rainfall totals with this latest run. So the 9th of March through to 16th of March, we're looking wet and average. Again, for the 16th of March through to 23rd, we're looking wetter than average towards the west. The 23rd to the 30th, we're looking around about average. The 30th of March through to 6th of April, we're looking drier than average. We're looking average for the 6th to 13th, looking slightly west than average for parts of the UK, mostly coastal areas from the 13th to the 20th of April. And finally, the 2-meter temperatures. For this week, looking warmer than average. We're looking warmer than average for the 16th through to the 23rd. Warmer than average for the 23rd to the 30th. That's just double jumped. The 30th to the 6th of April, looking warmer than average. Looking around about average for the 6th to the 13th of April. We're looking around about average, just slightly above average for the 13th to the 20th of April. All right, let's go back into the chat. Our Liz is coming. I know she's done one of her paranormal training, what do you call it, this weekend. Hope you're well, Liz. Have a safe journey back tomorrow. Just probably need to say hi, see you Wednesday. Yes, definitely see you Wednesday with me, Gordon, and my cough. That's just suddenly turned up. So yeah, we're definitely, 3 of us will be here from 8 o'clock on Wednesday. This one just has someone snuck in. She has. Hello, Rachel. Nice to see you, Rachel. I hope you're well. I'm watching with no sound. So yes, that's for you, Rachel. I don't know what I'm doing there at all. Oh dear. I think Titus is kicking in. I come upstairs and left the dopey hubby downstairs. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that. I promised I've made a couple of Lego ships to set sail tomorrow. He went off in the mid on Thursday, fell over and hurt his back, and that hopefully teach him, but we don't think so. Okay, well, hopefully it's not too much pain, Rach. Oh. Why's half my chat gone? Bear with me a second. There we go. For some reason, half my chat went into blue then. Yeah, Liz's Skoda Storm Chase is an automatic and she loves it. Sandit's got his little Citroen. We'll hopefully get you in Liz's car. Not to kidnap you, but for a storm chase. Anything up your neck of the woods? Oh, no snow for my birthday again this year for Liz. We'll get you a snow machine for your birthday. Rachel's got a yellow car froggy. Now we have to see this. That's the word, Liz. I just couldn't think. Tying this is again psychic development weekend. If that's a picture, I can lip read you. Thanks, Steffi. I'll keep it clean then. I was wishing you happy birthday, but still another month to go for Liz. Always use the snow on a birthday, but not for the last 6 or 7 years. I can feel an epic storm season coming. We hope so, Matthew. We hope so, because it's been rubbish for the past 2 years. It's just the only decent storm we had last year is when Liz and Gordon had that tornado up in Cumbria. Actually, we'll try to get footage of that for Wednesday's live. I'm not sure if Liz has Discord, to be honest, but no doubt she'll answer you in the comments. Now, what time is it? 10 to. Right. Let's go over to America as the next bit. It's looking very interesting there for America this week. Yes, Matthew. Last season's storm season practically non-existed. It's very true. I've got Fluffy on my Discord. Speaking of Fluffy, Stormy. I think she's definitely fallen asleep in the kitchen somewhere. Liz, will be good to have you on. Can you invite Matthew? Can get you invite to Matthew's and Gav's Discord? No clue how to use it really. With me, I've got it, but sometimes I forget about it. That's why I don't really come on too often, especially when I'm working as well. I've just got too much going on. I do try to comment occasionally. That's why you don't really see much on Discord, if I'm honest. What was I looking at? Oh, yeah, Storm Prediction Center. So let's bring that onto the screen. FE rating for Missouri tomorrow. If you haven't, put back myself on the screen there. If you haven't been watching, I use Ryan Yole, but there has been, especially on Friday night, I was watching his live stream till about midnight. There was a few tornadoes around. I did watch one in Michigan through Friday evening time. I think there was one tornado warning that I remember seeing. Might have been perhaps 2 or 3 more after that, but he actually finished by 12 o'clock yesterday because there was nothing. But Raniel was still live up 6 o'clock on Saturday morning. But yes, it was a bit quieter. But as we're looking now, so I've got the Storm Prediction Center. So this is for today. There's just a marginal risk there for parts of North Carolina. So a population of 6.3 million for Raleigh, Norfolk. That's a cheapskate then. Chesapeake, Newport News, and Hampton. But we are looking like it's not today. It's not too much tomorrow. Well, okay. There's a bit tomorrow, but there's a bigger threat for Tuesday. So there is a slight risk out for tomorrow. So in the slight risk, there's over 3 million in there. At the towns of cities of Little Rock, Jackson, North Little Rock, Pine Bluff, and Monroe in Louisiana. They're in that slight risk. In the marginal, there's another 7.7 million for the likes of Memphis, Birmingham, Alabama, Montgomery, Shreveport, and Huntsville. So that's your threat for tomorrow. But when I looked at the day 3, wow, Tuesday, it's going to be very interesting indeed. So we've actually got already, still 3 days away, could get upgraded. We shall see in the next, 24 hours to 40 hours. But there's already enhanced risk there for Tuesday. So an enhanced risk, we're just talking under £2 million for the large population centres of Springfield, Peoria, Bloomington, Norman, and Quincy. In the slight risk, we've got nearly 39 million people in the slight risk of Chicago, Dallas, Indianapolis, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City. So we're talking about your big cities there in that very large slight warning. And also got the marginal, which is just under 28 million of San Antonio, Detroit, Austin, Memphis, and Milwaukee. So I was like, Tuesday is going to be definitely the one to watch. Obviously tomorrow as well. So look out for, if you watch Max Velocity or like I do, Ryan Yall. So look for Wednesday onwards. So let's have a look at day 4. Once it decides to load up. So day 4, there's still that 15% risk of severe weather. So in that yellow warning at the moment, there's a population of 26 million, but next few days we'll get the better warnings out for that. So it could be tomorrow, especially Tuesday, and possibly Wednesday as well. We're looking at severe weather there for America. Potential too low for Thursday, Friday. Potential too low. So up at the moment, we've got the warnings up to day 4 as it stands. So let's go back, have a look. So this is for tomorrow. We're concentrating on Arkansas, Missouri, and parts of Louisiana as well. But definitely, I think the one to watch will be definitely Tuesday, with that huge area at risk. I think they've changed. I think the Storm Prediction Centre have actually changed how they're forecasting, like their hail and intensity. So let's have a read up actually, because obviously it's the one to watch for me personally, Tuesday. So there's an enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms across northeast Missouri, far southeast of Iowa, and parts of northern central Illinois. The summary is scattered severe thunderstorms are forecast on Tuesday from the southern plains into the southern Great Lakes vicinity. All severe hazards are possible. So, yep, that's definitely one to watch. Right. Just bring myself. Oh, I am there. Let's bring myself bigger then. There's a YouTube video on how they've changed. I'll try to take a look at that a bit later. Formula One was good. Listen was up at 5 a.m. this morning doing a tax run. It was on the radio. I watched the highlights as soon as I woke up this morning, but you haven't seen the result. I won't say anything right now. I won't say anything, Liz. Don't you worry. Ah, yes. Good point. Laura, I see Melissa's been retired as a hurricane name. It has indeed. Same name as my partner. We always knew she was trouble. So, yeah, we won't be another Hurricane Melissa or Storm Melissa at all. Not for the Atlantic hurricane season. Now, what time is it now? 8:58. One last thing before we go, because I will need to turn these comments off. Once we finish the live. So yes, I'm going to give you an extra 5 minutes if you haven't done so already. I'll turn them off probably in the next 10 minutes, actually. Let's turn that comment off there. It was still there. So yeah, if you haven't done so already, if you go to our Facebook page, I'm going to give you up to 10 past. This was done last week. Get your predictions in for 2026. Last year was just me, Gordon, and Liz that did this, but this year we're giving you the opportunity to put your predictions in. There's no prizes involved. It's all just for fun, really. So you got your 5 questions of what date will 20 degrees be reached for the first time this year. Then you got your 30-degree one. What maximum temperature do you think we'll reach in the UK this year? In which month do you think the maximum UK temperature will be? And which county in the UK will it reach the highest maximum temperature? So I'll give you another 10 minutes or so. I'll turn those comments off in 10 minutes. So people have already put their predictions in. Not as many as I thought more people might do it, but it's the first year doing it. If we keep doing it every year, then more people will do it. Prizes bragging rights. Indeedy. Right, I think we'll end the live stream there for this week. We are. Let me just put that banner large now. We are live again on Wednesday night from 8 p.m. It's going to be myself, Liz, and Gordon. We'll actually announce the winner of that banner competition that we did. So we'll have the spring banner. We'll put it up on the screen. Well, we'll have the result of that. We'll also show you what we've predicted for the team for this season. And it's virtually just, if Liz will correct me if I'm wrong, it's more of a general chit chat and what we can do for this storm season, really. So 3 of us catching up, but we'll ask us any questions and we'll try to answer them the best we can. Thanks to our mods, Paul, James, and James, to keep on proceedings. And hopefully, and for Liz, just to make sure you have a safe journey back tomorrow. And thank you all for joining us on this Sunday evening. Hopefully, we'll see you on Wednesday. Oh, that just jumped up as I clicked in. If you've got any burning questions I answered about how we got into weather, feel free to ask. Yeah, it's just literally getting to know us more if you want, really. Right, I'm jumping on too much now. Hope you all have a fantastic few days. Back on Wednesday. If you're not able to join us on Wednesday, we'll be back Sunday from 8 p.m. as normal. So have a great rest of the evening, and I shall see you Wednesday with the team. Take care, stay safe. We'll see you soon. Ta-ra for now. Bye-bye.